All right, just got back from school. So a lot of new information has come out about the Terraria Palworld CROSSOVER. So I thought I'd give basically everything that we know so far about the Palworld CROSSOVER and everything new that's been revealed and some old stuff too. So in May 2025, Palworld's devs confirmed that the new Palworld update that's titled Palworld Tides of Terraria is on its way. Now, this looks like to be a major update, probably considering the fact that it has a title similar to along the lines of the last update, which was, I believe, in I think early December, yeah, or mid or like late 2024, which was called Feybreak, and that was a pretty huge update that added a whole new part of the world. So is this going to be like another add-on where they add like a whole new section of the map just related to Terraria content? That'd be interesting to see. They did say that they're going to add some monsters from Terraria, which is obvious. As you can see, the Eye of Cthulhu and some bats are going to be there. Those are certainly some selection of Terraria monsters. You could potentially maybe even catch the Eye of Cthulhu. I don't know if you would, because the other boss pals we've seen, they haven't been catchable. I think you could defeat them and you'd get their egg for a smaller version of the pal, but I'm not sure if you would get like the actual, giant eyeball or giant pal. But who knows? Now there is a lot of extra stuff that was revealed, and the crossover was obviously first teased late 2024. In November of 2024, the official Palworld account promised more info coming soon. And they've been sort of drip feeding little stuff here and there. Their first major thing was the Meowmare, and that was actually added in the Feybreak update. Now, nothing else was really said about that. In fact, most people just thought that was the entire thing. And honestly, I thought that too. I thought that the update was just that. It was just a Meowmare. But now we have a lot more information. Now, in a press release, they wrote, "The world of Terraria collides with Palworld. Catch, train, fight, and work monsters from Terraria, just like pals." Now, this is a large update for fans of both games that's arriving in the summer of 2025. The devs also confirmed it's a packed patch beyond the Terraria collab, that there will be brand new pals and new islands to explore, according to GameStop.com. Details will probably drip out from Palworld's social channels. I think they're working on like some dating sim or some shit. I don't know. that's pretty funny. But they did hint on Twitter that the update is full of new pals, new islands, new things to do, and most importantly, the Terraria collab. So what is the Terraria collab? Because the update is called Tides of Terraria. That's what it's called. So I'm assuming that everything is related to Terraria. However, they're kind of wording it a little weirdly, like with the way things are, because they're saying it's full of new pals, new islands, and most importantly, the Terraria collab. So that's just a little weird wording. So I don't know if that's like a translation thing, but I don't know. I'm assuming that most things are involved or revolve around Terraria. Now, the Terraria studio Relogic was pinged or added at when the collab was first announced. Obviously, this is an official announcement, but the thing is, we don't actually know what Relogic thinks about it. I don't think Relogic has made a statement or commented on the tag when it appeared on Twitter, so I could be wrong. Maybe comment down below for other information, because I really don't know. I can't find anything. So, okay, here's what we know. We do know that Terraria monsters will be appearing in Palworld. Now, will they be capturable? I'm not really sure. The devs said that the monsters will show up as crossover pals, which does suggest that they could be caught. But based on the way that they've done bosses before, I don't necessarily believe it in that way. But maybe I'm just like being a little too cynical about it. I would love to catch the Eye of Cthulhu, but it just doesn't make sense that you'd just be able to catch like that. Because you can catch boss pals, the giant pals just roaming around, but you can't catch like the ones that you summon, if that makes sense. There was a glitch that did let you catch pals, but that was probably patched, and you probably weren't supposed to be able to do that, because obviously that was a glitch. But like, you can't just throw a pal sphere at a boss, like a tower boss, and you just catch it. That wouldn't work. It was like a very specific setup you have to do. But yeah, so we also got some fishing and some gear with that. Some screenshots and social media posts. They teased the Terraria's fishing mechanics are coming to Palworld. Now, Relogic did say that in 1.4.5 they are overhauling fishing. So could this be using the new fishing mechanic from Palworld? That's what I'm so like curious about. Because does this mean, since this update is coming out summer 2025, does that mean that 1.4.5 is also coming out in the summer? Now, obviously, I don't know that, and I doubt any of you guys know that. It's just some speculation here, because if they're adding fishing to Palworld and Terraria changes fishing in 1.4.5, wouldn't it make sense to just use the new fishing mechanic and then thus have the updated version of Terraria and then have that version in Palworld? Or maybe I'm just like looking too deep into this. I don't know. My brain's fried. All right. And now obviously we got some new weapons. So I believe in the first update, in the Feybreak update, we got the Meowmare, which is obviously the the cat, the Meow Nyan cat sword that shoots off little cats everywhere. That appeared in Palworld. And officially it was added as a craftable weapon. Now I have not crafted this, so bear with me. I've not used that at all in the game. But we also, in the original photo for the current news, we have hints that, well, hints, it's pretty obvious that hollowed armor and the Terra blade will be showing up. Now, will these be the only Terraria things showing up? I'm not really sure. Do I think it'll be the only Terraria things? I don't think so. I think they'll be adding a lot of stuff from Terraria, because look at the entire environment. Like, you have the Terraria trees, you have the Terraria skybox, you have the Terraria background, you have the Terraria landscape. Obviously, you got the giant floating eye and the bats, but I think there will be a lot more content than meets the eye, because just the evidence is overwhelming. It really is. I think there's going to be so much things that they're going to be adding. And obviously, there's going to be new house. And yeah, we're going to get a lot of brand new stuff. Now, I don't know if all of this stuff will be related to Palworld, or sorry, related to Terraria. It just seems to be new pals, probably new variants of existing pals. You know, they do that a lot, which is fair, I guess. We do see an electric, this was Pangolin, is that what it's called? Pangolin, and the blue frog. So it's holding a little knife, which is interesting. So yeah. So in summary, so far, Palworld Tides of Terraria, which is a kind of a unique name. Why is it called Tides of Terraria? That suggests it's an entire new island, I think. But it could also suggest that there's more of an aquatic theming to this update, because a lot of the screenshots show water in some form. We got fishing, we got this shipwreck area, we got like Pangolin, we got this dungeon looking area, which could be in the shipwreck area. Like, we got water in all of these images. So there's probably some water stuff here. Now, this collab is probably going to be a free update, 100%. Though technically Palworld is in early, I think Palworld's still in early at the moment. But they still give out major updates, so I don't know what the full release of Palworld is. They are currently in a lawsuit though. And yeah, obviously Terraria is known for having a lot of crossovers. Like Stardew Valley, right? That has the Meowmare. That has a Meowmare, right? Or is that Night's Edge? I don't know. I've not played Stardew Valley, so I don't know. Stardew Valley, and yeah, now Palworld, right? So the Meowmare is going everywhere. Now, the Meowmare is sort of like a pretty funny sword. I don't really disagree. I don't know if it really represents Terraria, but I think actually, yeah, I can see it. You know, it's like the somewhat goofiness, but it's also still a pretty strong weapon, you know? It just has that aura, Terraria aura to it. I do think that the Terra Blade should be the obvious pick for any weapon added to another game, but I don't know. Now, one game I do think should get a crossover is Necess. I think Necess and Terraria would have a great crossover, because just like look at both games, all right? It makes sense. It makes sense. All right. Now, obviously, there's some skepticism, some confusion about this, because we've only seen the Palworld side. What's the Terraria side? Like, what could be added to Terraria that would be unique to Palworld? I don't really know. They could add some bosses. I don't know what they would add as a boss. I actually really cannot think of what they could add. Maybe they could add an NPC that's like the merchant guy, or maybe the black market dude. They could add something like that. But what would he sell? I don't know. I really don't know what Palworld could add to Terraria. Now, the thing is, Nintendo is still suing Palworld, I think still right now. I haven't kept up with any of that, so I have zero clue what could be happening there. Now, yeah, it's probably just like, oof. Like, could Terraria get in some trouble because of this? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But it's just like Nintendo's been stripping away at Palworld a little bit by little bit. First, it was you can't throw the Pal Spheres to summon your pals, and now I think they removed gliding from Palworld. But I don't know. Let's do some speculation though. So they haven't really worked out about anything. people are theorizing what could happen. People are saying that they could be adding more Terraria bosses into Palworld, such as Skeletron. I think that's a pretty good contender. Queen Bee is probably a good contender because that's like an animal. It's a giant bee. Yeah, it's literally a giant bee. I don't know, Deerclops, but I don't think Deerclops has a chance. Never mind. I don't know. I don't think they'll be adding anything hard mode related. Maybe twins could be added. It's like a stronger version. I think they did that in Don't Starve. But in Don't Starve, the twins are just too high for Cthulhu's. So, I don't know. It's really interesting to see. I don't know if like the EO worlds or like the worm bosses could make it in. That just feels like it would be so obnoxious to have. Or maybe it could. Maybe it'd just be like the floating little dragon guys, the Yoran tides. I think that's what they're called. Something like that. But I don't know. But I really don't know like what could be added for Terraria. So I'm actually still trying to think about that. That's just like stuck in my head. Like, what could they add to Terraria? I don't know. If you guys think you guys know what they're gonna add to Terraria, make sure to comment down below. And while we're here, before we wrap up, let's get some likes, hit some like button, subscribe, do all that stuff, hit the little bell for notifications, get my plug-in. Because for some reason, all my videos that do well, I never tell you guys to subscribe. And they get like 5 subscribers from people who look at it. But I feel like I should be telling people to subscribe more often. I don't know. I don't think you guys care. But I don't even know if this video will do good. But my last Palworld video did pretty good. So I'm hoping this one will do pretty good. So yeah, that covers up everything. So far, what we know. There's probably gonna be more information that comes up by the time I release this video, and I'll be pretty upset at that. But yeah, we got sort of a date of when things should come out. We got the core idea of what's gonna be in the update. Now, I really thought that the entire Terraria crossover was just gonna end with the Meowmare. So this is a pretty pleasant surprise because I haven't played Palworld since Feybreak, and I played it like the day it came out. Played it, beat it. I've not made any videos on Palworld. I would like to stream Palworld maybe. That would be pretty fun. It's just Palworld's so grindy for me. It's just not something that I think people would enjoy watching someone play. It's just a game that you just have to chill in. But yeah, I would recommend Palworld if you're like into Ark. That's not Ark. Like people complain that it's like not people complain. Like people claim that it's rips off Pokemon, but Ark Survival Evolved is sitting in the corner. Like that thing is the skin of Ark. It's wearing it. All right, it's wearing Ark right now. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Will you guys be catching some Terraria pals? Will you guys gonna be using the Eye of Cthulhu to sweep the entire game? Probably not. The Eye of Cthulhu will probably get cooked up by everything. Like, let's be real, guys. Anyways, if you like what you saw, if you have anything to say, make sure to say it in the comments down below. Hit like and subscribe. I am out.